Scott Lavery.
Gave us the option to come through the double doors like Aragon, or you could come around the side, and obviously I want to come through like this. Thank you all for coming here. Very much appreciate it. I like pool or billiards if you're fancy. Pool is one of those games that has a street name, which is great because hangs out at a bar with all of the other vices. So you've got everybody's there. You've got alcohol, you've got drugs, if you know who to talk to, and then you've got what legal wanted me to refer to as unregulated gambling. I don't want to give you guys the wrong idea here or anything, but I hustle people. Call the Discovery Channel because there's sharks in these waters, and I think that the strategy that I employ is one that you guys can all employ as well too. So I'd like to teach you some tricks. The first trick is you got to know your target. So there's a bit of an ecosystem that lives around the pool table at a local pub. You've got the couple that's there on a first date. They're just there because they don't want to talk about the weather anymore. Not them. You've got the guy who actually knows how to play, and you'll know him because he wears one glove that says Louisville Slugger for some reason. That's a baseball glove, by the way. And then you've got the other group where it's one real tall guy and one real small guy, and neither one of them can keep the cue ball on the felt at all. That's who you want to go for. So on this particular night, I was out with some work buddies, and I wanted to get some sponsorships. I wanted to fund this match. So, I was saying to him, if you give me $5, I will bring you $5 more once I go over to the casino. It sounded like I was probably trying to sell him a $200 plot of land on the bridle path. Not anything you're gonna commit to, but I'll listen. Whereas me, I'm a Michelin star chef competing in a local cooking contest. Okay, this is not a gamble. This is a harvest. So he gives me the cash. I go over to the table. I put my little toonie down, which says I want to play next. And you want to get it into a 2-on-1 scenario if you want. That's intentional. You want to try to lull them into a false sense of security. When in reality, this is going to be like playing Mario Kart 64 with my niece and nephew. They don't stand a chance. Stop crying and pick what map you want to lose on. So anyway, imagine me saying, hey, let's make this interesting. $5. It's not even a drink. Underestimated is what they called me in high school. These guys are going to start calling me the fine print. It's not anything you're going to pay attention to until it starts costing you money. So the most important part of the scam, strategy. Legal was very, very clear. Call it a strategy. The strategy is to lose this game. I know, counterintuitive, but you want to, again, lull them into that false sense of security. Because you're going to go out, you'll have a cigarette, you come back, you challenge them again, and you say, come on, give me a chance to win my money back. And except this time you're going to put $20 down, or $50, or $100, or whatever you think you can get away with. These guys have high confidence. They just beat you, okay? And that's when I pull out my secret ingredient. A misspent youth. Sprinkle some of that on the table. That try-hard switch goes very quickly into the on position. And that's how I paid for Christianized beer all night. You pull that off once, no one's gonna notice. Beginner's luck, right? You can write that off. Twice, I had a guy ask me mid-game, he kind of pulls me to the side and he's like, listen, can you tell me, we made a mistake here, right? You're gonna win this? And I'm jockeying my cue. I'm like, oh yeah! Just holding eye contact. But it wasn't all bad. I actually got invited to a very prestigious pool club right at the end there. The guy I was playing with comes up and he's like, hey, I think you're really good. I think you should come by the thing. It's a membership, though. You gotta pay. How much do you have on you? And I'm like, got $180. And he's like, that's great. That's exactly how much the membership is. So I obviously paid it right then and there. He gives me the card. I look, it's got an address. It's just up the street. So I was like, sweet, I'll go now. I get up there, and when I got to the abandoned parking lot and looked into the empty storefront and looked again at the name, Fraternity Alliance for Knack Excellence and Refined Strategy, the fakers, I realized that I was the one that actually had invested in the bridle path. So thank you very much, everyone.